Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Today is February 29th, 2024. I am Omani Grace. I am the host for today, and welcome to Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, you guys. So listen, it's very exciting as our conference is coming up. Oh, Queen, can you put up the flyer on the big page so we all can get a look at it? You know how you put it over separate? Yeah, that way.
Yeah, let me find that.
Okay, because it looks so good.
Yes.
And while you're finding it, let me see if I can get my ring light up. I moved and I ain't quite moved in yet.
Yeah.
Still gotta organize some stuff.
It's like, okay, I'm like, what am I doing? But I woke up this morning. Well, the other day, I woke up with
Wow. Oh, I love it. I love
yeah,
it.
there we go. There we go. There we go. Right, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Yes.
And
That's what
he told me that it's the Mama Imani Humphrey Hall.
okay, good. And where it says guest speaker, we want to say keynote speaker.
Okay.
We want to make him let everybody know he the keynote. Yeah. That is so awesome. And look at the king with the harem of all the women. Come on now,
Yes,
guys.
right. He's smiling like he got that little smirk, like, yeah, I'm the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm the one.
right.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Now, who is the speaker? I didn't know.
This is his
ahead.
place. Go ahead, Queen. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying he's the one, he's the visionary of this.
This is his new building on Woodward.
Yeah, this is his baby.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm sure that's why he said honored. I'm honored. Yes. Yeah.
And is he over Detown Farms?
Yeah.
Is that his thing too?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
I think that's how it was all created. And Valanda, yes, they can. She can. They can do packaged food, but they can't.
Okay, I will call her.
Yeah. Valanda has been at almost every event that there was if I had a vendor spot, she would be there for years. I used to do Valanda's hair when back in the day. I believe I met Valanda through Alita.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a an Elizabeth group. I call myself the cousin, they let me come in and but there's a certain group of them, and Danny, her, Mita, Sharon, Alita, Valanda, and a few others that I really don't know that well. They know, we know each other when we see each other, but they definitely should have a table. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just say one thing about the flyer? Just one thing. Okay, you see where it has Detroit Food Commons? That looks like that goes with us. Can you move that up a little bit so it's on the building? Any kind of way? Just play around with it and see, because when I read that, my eye goes to who they talking about right there, right? Like, it looks like that belongs to the women, all the ladies.
Okay, you know what? I could probably pull this down and put this right up here.
Yeah.
And there's the address right there.
Right, yeah, right. If you could put it right up underneath the address.
Right here? Okay, I'll work on that.
Okay, cool. That'll be perfect. Awesome, Queen. That looks very nice.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that looks very nice. Okay, well,
thank you, Rev, for saying, letting spirit tell you. Speak your mind.
Tell them your background, your education, girl. Tell them who you are.
I'm degreed in communications with my specialty is public relations.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. That's what I do. Right. I put projects together because I don't like those kind of jobs where it go on and on and on. I like a beginning, a middle, and the end. Oh, okay, that's done. Okay, what's the next one? Give me a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Exactly. Me too.
That's well, and then it took me a long time to really get to what I I was with another master and he said that because I was a jack of all trade, master of none.
Mm-hmm.
I could do a whole bunch of little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He said in life you have to be a master of one thing, that when that thing is mentioned, your name is there. Like, okay, if you say communication, it's like Omani Grace. If you say communication or spiritual things, my name comes up as one of the leaders in that field. So that was one of the things he said. So I was like, okay, I'm not none of those. So let me figure out what I'm gonna be a leader in what field.
Mm-hmm.
So still haven't quite marked it yet, but I'm marking it. I'm like, this is my mark right here. So I
Are
am
you
still
kidding?
doing that. Huh?
Are you kidding? Okay, maybe you haven't,
Yeah, you
but
know, yeah,
in the transformation, Omani Grace.
yeah,
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 yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and your
I'm
Course of Miracles, even though,
oh yeah, definitely the Course of
licenses,
Miracles.
who you know, but
Yeah,
all of us, we speak, oh, well, you gotta, you know.
yeah.
Mhm.
I am making my mark in Course of Miracles, like for real. Like
Yeah.
I'm really getting who I am and what I'm doing. I'm leading people back to God, and I'm like, okay, wait, hold on, this serious. You better quit playing, girl. You get to, all the time, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's like, you don't get what you're doing. But there's an amazing thing about the Course of Miracles. I think this is like my 33rd read, 32, 33. I have to go back and count them. But
Free.
it's like it's coming alive. Like
Mhm.
it's alive. I'm like, last night when we were reading, I'm like, is this thing alive?
Mhm.
Like alive, like you can see how it's working in people's lives.
Yeah.
You can go, like whatever people read, that's exactly what they need to read.
Mhm.
Right? Like it's coming alive. I'm like, oh my God, it's coming alive. So
Mhm.
it's very exciting to see that. And that in the read, people get exactly what they need to keep marching. Because it's like now, the classes that just started, uh Course of Miracles doesn't start really until you get to lesson 150. So they're at 149. So it's live. It's done got real live on the court. Your life is involved in this.
Mhm.
So it's just like, yeah, it's very exciting. Very exciting.
Mhm.
Very exciting. So yeah, I'm making my mark. I'm making it. I'm making it. So
Mhm.
hey y'all, we're back to the beginning. So everybody know I'm switching with Evelyn starting next month. I'm going to be on Wednesdays and Evelyn's going to be on Thursdays. So this is our last Thursday.
Mhm.
And so as it being the last Thursday, because what I got this morning, the other morning, I could feel Master Teacher Aziz praying on me. I'm going to a retreat for 4 days. But the other day I woke up, I was like, oh, I can feel her praying over us, praying over her event, praying over the people, right? It was like, I could sleep and I could hear somebody like focusing on my name. I was like, what's going on? Right? I was like, well, who? I could feel her, right? I'm like, okay. She focusing on the retreat and that it's a success in her meditation.
Mhm.
This morning I woke up to who's going to North Carolina and who coming back. I was like, okay. So I don't know we're about to have another transition. I
Mhm.
know that, and another one, right? So today, y'all, I want to talk to y'all about what's on y'all mind. What y'all dealing with? What y'all want to have a breakthrough in?
Mhm.
What's your concern? Let's talk about that. So what y'all got going on? I know y'all got something going on. I can feel it in my bones.
Mhm. Evelyn had her hand up. I don't know if that
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. I just because around where you were saying how A Course in Miracles, you read exactly what you need to read, and still, and always and forever, ego is right there to, zone me out. And I have to bring myself back in,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um, and right when I bring myself back in, I said, and I put it up on the screen, so while he's reading, I'm reading along with him, and I'm focused in on reading, and then it says exactly what I need to hear.
Exactly.
Exactly what I need to hear, because yeah, what I'm dealing with is what I'm, it always comes up for me. It's the money thing, it's the wanting things to be perfect before you do whatever. And it's like, and so what's overriding that is no, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is exactly the right time. You will be ready to go on this vacation. You will enjoy it.
Yeah.
um because the little voices in the background say, "Ooh, you driving through states and people, and it's fine
Yeah. Let's talk
here,
about
and it's fine." So,
so what okay, so this is what I'm hearing in your speaking, right? I'm
mhm,
hearing that I can hear the two distinct conversations that you're having, but they're
mhm.
sort of you okay, so it's so funny. It's like the visual I just got. The visual I just got is you know how you got your food on your plate and you got everything like your potatoes, your vegetables, and your meat. It's like, but your you know how some people don't like for their food to touch. All your food is mixed together.
I have a girlfriend. Yeah, I have a girlfriend like that. She don't like
Yeah,
her touch. Like,
yeah. All your when if I listen to your conversation, all of it's mushed together, right?
mm,
So the biggest thing, when you first started talking, you were talking about how the ego, keeps pulling. So another way of looking at that's will have you be so clear, because if God is the light,
yes.
okay, then the ego is the dark,
Mm,
and the ego pulls for the dark. The world pulls for the dark. Right? And so when you
mhm,
find yourself going over to the ego, that's the ego pulling for the dark.
mhm.
And you
Yeah,
have to call forth, invoke the light. If you think about when God, and I'm gonna do this class when I come back. When God got ready to create, what was the first thing he said?
let there be light.
Let there be light. That was the first thing he said. I want you to start noticing, even though we're at the end of our read, I still want you to notice how much the Course in Miracles talk about the light. It's the light, 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 I am. It is the light, 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 I am. And that's so simple, but it's so not in our being to call forth the light.
Mhm.
Mhm,
So when it says call forth the light, what it's saying, if you got a problem, a situation, a circumstance, something you don't know what to do, just ask God to put the light on it.
Oh, yeah.
Put the light on it so you
Mm,
can see. Right? Like right now, my hip been hurting me. I just been breathing in the light right into the part that it hurts.
mhm.
mhm,
Breathe in the light, because there's some darkness over there that I have inadvertently landed in my body.
mhm.
There's some pain I've held on to in my body. So I'm breathing in the light. Whew. And it's so funny. I've done it so much now. When I can do it, I can feel it go over there and move. Whatever's over there, it moves it a little bit, like I'm breaking it up.
Mhm.
So that's the thing. In whatever situation, just close your eyes and meditate. But now, once you ask the light, see who we are is, I can hear it in how you spoke too. How we are is, you breathe in the light, ask God to put the light on, and then you start going, okay, but then what about this and what about that? And I got to do this and da da da. No, that's where, okay, can you see that's where you go?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Right? Okay. You have to breathe in the light and then be still and wait for God to tell you what's the next move.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
Right. And while you wait, you can be breathing in the peace and breathing out the confusion. right? Because God is not the author of confusion,
Mhm.
right? Until you get an inkling, a urge to go do something, a prompting to make a call or do something. And so you have to wait. Once you ask for the light, then you have to wait for the direction of what to do with the light. But you already took off in 10 directions. How can God, like, you asked for direction, and God look like, look, why she running around? I'm trying to tell her something, but she over here, over there, and now she all in 10 states at one time and can't reach you.
Yeah, and you know when you said about, I've gone to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning the last 2 nights, and night before last I woke up at 4, and today I woke up before my alarm and I was awake, and because I felt something, and you were talking about Aziz, I said if she's praying over, she's probably praying over everybody,
She is.
and it's like, whoa, yeah, you feel something. I know I was feeling something.
Well,
I'm waking up at 4.
between 3 and 6 in the morning, that's when God is working. Right. So for when people who work up, like I'm mostly I'm up at 3. Like this morning, I was up at 3:30. I was up at 4:30. Right. I'd be up for some reason. I'm up. My friends used to call me up and ask me, "Are you guarding the gate tonight?" Because I was such a night owl. So this like, oh, you up at night because you protecting the night. So nothing don't come through in the night and get us. Because I be guarding the gate at night. So it's spiritual. It's the most spiritual time because everybody quiet. So spirit is moving at that time of morning. Right? So hello everybody who just joined the call. Today we're doing the call because this is my last Thursday. And thank you, Marlo. And I'll be moving to Wednesday. So we doing what's on your mind? What you dealing with? What you want to have a breakthrough in? So we can hear from some of the ladies who don't really talk a lot, like Terry or Sharonda, Alita. We haven't seen you in a while. Joy, what y'all dealing with?
Hey, so for Mama Evelyn and for you, Miss Reverend Omani, all of us, if we're waking up early, we're supposed to be working on something, whether that's that praying and or our businesses. We're supposed to be working on something. But I didn't get to share with y'all on Monday. It was my Freedom Day. So it's a Grammy winner, and he got the song, and it'd be like, freedom. I gotta find it, but anyway, that's how I feel. I'm so happy. So y'all know I had never been in no trouble before, so I'm so happy that I got my freedom. For anybody that been on probation or anything like that, it's not nothing to play with, and I ain't ever trying to go back there, and that was all not by my doing. But I just praise God that my freedom is back. So thank you.
Oh my God. Okay, so now let's talk about that. Right? We're gonna talk about that for just for 1 minute. 2, see, because you got free, right? Now we gotta make sure you stay free.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Now this is the stay free part. And then Evelyn, we're gonna go back to something else you were saying about the money. Girl, Sharonda, listen. Everything that happened to you is your fault. Whether you
Okay. Thank you.
Come on, about to
I
take
knew
you.
it was coming. I knew it was
Look, yesterday you said I'm about to go there. I'm about to go there.
But today my day, so I'm about to go there.
You know I don't want to hear that, but okay.
Okay, so light on it. She put the light on it, Rev. So come on.
Okay, so come on, let's talk about it. So this is the age of Aquarius. So it's all about your spirituality. And it's all about us really knowing what the spiritual principles, practices, and processes are. What's the law? What's the spiritual law? And when you understand the spiritual law, you can work your way through anything because mostly you got through what you got through. And if I had to tell you, if you had to do it again, could you do it again? Like be at the source of it?
Yeah, and don't miss no days because it's all a money grab. That's all that is.
Yeah, but
y'all don't know if y'all know they had me on a tether because I tried to outwork the system. I only had I had a drug test. Y'all know I barely drink, right? And so that it was like 400, almost $500 for the tether. Like, this is ridiculous. And that was a whole mind thing. I mean, it was like,
But what,
I
but
was
what's
having thoughts of like slavery and this thing buzzing on your leg. I mean, it was one day I woke up, y'all talking about in the middle of the night, I had a smidge where I had to snap back because you know what I'm saying? Suicide is a real thing. And I had like just like an inkling of a thought, like all for this stupid thing on my leg. Like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I was just telling nobody, don't get in trouble. And if somebody is doing something to you, don't be the first one to strike. How about that? That's what I'll say. So
okay,
then
good.
if I ain't learned nothing, I did learn that, okay?
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
now we want to, so this is the thing. Okay, so what I'm dealing with in the spiritual walk I'm in and teaching people about is wealth consciousness, being wealthy spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? The first thing that we have to get spiritually is everything that's happening to us came from our mind.
Mhm.
Everything that's happening to you is coming from your mind. You know, they have this principle, Sharonda called, did Sharonda go?
Yeah, she went off camera.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's in bed.
there you go.
There you
I'm
go.
I'm
Rhonda,
here. I only got a few more minutes. I've
okay, good. Let me
worked
tell
an
you right quick.
hour
Okay, let
and
me
I'm
tell you
about
right quick.
to go back and work. So that's why I was able to
Okay,
pop in
good.
here real quick.
Okay, let me tell you right quick. Everything that happens to you is thought, word, and deed. You had a thought first. You start speaking certain things, and then you start doing certain things that created your world. Your words create your world. You know how in the beginning it said let there be light, but also in the beginning the first thing was word.
Mhm.
That's to come. Your words are important because your words are creating your world. You speak it and then you walk into it. You speak it and then you walk into it. So that's the part I want you to take on being responsible for out of your situation is that you created it out of your consciousness. It was time for you to heal. Ain't nothing happening outside of you. And if you really, really get that, I see you shaking your head, no. But if you really, really get that, you go get some power because I can tell how powerful you are. You go get some power
No,
over your life that you don't.
it was all because of that man that was my husband. It was all because of him.
Sharonda, can I just request of you to be open to hear, not justify what happened, blame it on others, but just to hear, just listen and be open.
That's just the deal. If you don't really get this, no matter what man you get, you go create it again.
Mhm.
Okay, you'll see. You'll see because you haven't cleaned up what's in your consciousness because you don't think you're responsible for it. You know what responsibility is? It's two words, respond and ability. Your ability to respond to your situation. That's what responsibility is. So, but everything that's happening to you, and this is not just for her, but thank you for bringing it up, Sharonda. Everything that's happening to you is you're creating it. And it's hard to be responsible for that. I was in a situation where I lost everything. I lost everything. And when I had to through my spiritual studies, I got that I was responsible for that. I was like, well, why the hell would I set my life up to lose everything?
Mhm.
Who would do that? I got 4 houses, everything I want. I'm on my way to building my wealth and I lose it all. Okay, so what happened? And I had to deal with that, but God had me deal with that so I could be where I am now. So I can tell y'all this what the deal is on that. You create your world and you got to be responsible. You look at yourself. Right now in 2024, it's an inside job.
It's an inside job. Yes.
It's an
Inside.
inside job, right? So there's a spiritual law that says so as above. That means, well, so what's in your mind, so as below, so what will be on earth, so as within, so as without. So whatever is happening to you on the outside, the beginning place of it is from the inside.
Mhm.
And you got to take responsibility for that.
And above all else, you must be willing to take the coaching. I accept everything she tells me because I know I need to hear it. I know I need to hear it. If I want to get out of this situation, if I want to live my best and brightest life, I that was the most profound thing, is to learn that ego got you where you are because you listen to the somehow. I just realized, I said, the hell have I been doing? I've been listening to this fool.
Yeah. Well, so yeah. So
You
there's
must be willing to be coached. You
let me
know,
tell
I
you
know
something
it's
about
hard to hear.
let me tell you something about coaching. How many people, there's some people on here who've had a coach. You've either had a sports coach, a spiritual coach, who all on here has ever had a coach?
Yeah,
Coach,
I would say,
coach,
oh, yeah, I would say,
coach.
but I
Okay.
wasn't ready.
Okay, so the thing about a coach is this. A coach is somebody who has you look at what you don't want to look at, right? Coach has you go after what you really can't see yourself going after, right? So that you can be who you really want to be. And it's not comfortable being to have somebody coach you. It's not comfortable. But that's not the point of a coach. I know as I coach people, this is the deal. Until you're uncomfortable with me, I'm not really coaching you. There's a thing, I put it in the chat last night. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. When you start to get uncomfortable, then that's when your life begins, because that's when the lessons are being taught. That's when the openings for living a powerful life are coming through. So even though you went through, Sharonda, I can tell you clear for it, you brighter for it, you're smarter for it, right? But then the question becomes, okay, well, what over here that had me, what's over in my life that I had to go through that? Because God really wanted your attention. So he sat you down. Then had you have to deal with even your conversation about historical slavery because you felt like a slave. So he had you deal with that historical pain that's in each and every one of us that we never really deal with unless we put in a situation. Because all of us are carrying historical pain for slavery that we never deal with. We just try to override it.
That part, it was like the shackle, the part that was
Exactly.
on my leg.
Yes.
I'm like, our people had to go through that.
Yes. And so guess what you got to do? You got the opportunity to forgive it, not only for you, but for all those who had to go through it. Because that's the part of the healing that Black folks are not dealing with. We're not dealing with the healing that's necessary for us to break through slavery. We're still carrying the ball and chain of slavery around with us, not wondering how come we're not getting through, because we've never healed it, forgave it, healed it, and made it whole. So that's what you want to do. You want to forgive it, heal it, and make it whole. Forgive yourself for putting your being in a situation where you had to go through that. Forgive yourself. Give yourself a hug. Could you give yourself a hug? Right now. That's the coaching. Give yourself a hug. Come on. Sharonda, give
Come
yourself
on,
a hug.
come on.
Come on, girl.
Giving you a
Yeah.
hug.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
giving you
the
a
piece
hug.
that's the piece about the self-love.
Mm-hmm.
That you see how difficult it is for us just to give ourselves a hug, allow ourselves to be in the space. That's what that is. So I hope this make a difference for you, and you'll think about what I said, because it's even a little more deeper than what you think. Okay, it's a little more deeper than what you think. Don't override it. Give yourself it was a deep cut, and so you want to go down there and heal it deeply, so you never have to go through that again. Yeah, because I don't know if y'all into sports, but there's a football player, and his name is Cam Newton, and he does things for boys, boot camps. Well, about 4 of the fathers jumped him at his camp. jumped him at his camp. But I'm gonna tell you something, he didn't throw not one blow.
Mhm.
He just dragged them, all four, but he like 6'6", 250. So it took four of them, and four of them could not take him down. But the part that was magnificent was he had on a hat. His hat never came off. But the other part is he never threw a blow. He never threw one blow.
Mhm.
It was a good one.
Oh, but you know what though? He was minding his dollars, because if it had hit somebody, they would have sued him for some money that he wanted to keep. Okay. So that's the part. You got to be responsible. What's responsibility? Your ability to respond. So thank you, Sharonda, for bringing up what was on your mind. That was really good. And I'm sure everybody got something out of it.
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay,
y'all.
thank you
Mhm.
for having the space be safe, that you could come through and say that. All right, y'all.
Okay, and then also real quick, I just want to
Okay.
say thank you for the last time I came on here with those affirmations. That was really good because that was the day that the chapter had closed. So I really needed that on that day. So thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Really, really good. Really, really good, y'all.
Mhm.
All right, good. What's on your mind? What y'all dealing with? I know y'all dealing with some of y'all Black women in America. What's going on? Because a breakthrough for any one of us is a breakthrough for every one of us.
Every one of us, yes.
Mhm.
Mm.
We're open for those who don't usually talk, because we always talk. Me and Evelyn, we talk all the time. This is
We can all live out.
yeah, this is really, really, really good.
So y'all don't have nothing else? Everybody good? Living the life they love? Loving the life they're living?
Yeah.
I guess I can speak. I'm on my way out. I'm outside, so sorry I'm off camera. I'm
Okay,
going
go
to a
ahead,
doctor's
Terry.
appointment. Okay. Mine is I guess self-love and like self-respect. I guess I don't have the confidence of the self-love. I feel like God keeps giving me things, but because I don't have the confidence, I guess that I deserve it, or the love, I feel like I don't use the gift, so I don't get to the next level, or I don't possess it. I don't know how to, I guess, explain it. It's like he comes to me, I give it, but I guess maybe sometimes because I don't have the self-love or the worthiness, maybe I don't feel worthy of some of the gifts he give me, or I don't accept it or take it to the next level. I don't know how to.
Okay, let's look at that for a minute, right? Okay. So just imagine you walking through life, you young, and somewhere something happened and you made a decision not to love yourself. Can you see where that was?
Yes.
Okay, good. Where was it?
At probably at 5.
Okay, what happened?
I had two things. One, I was molested, and another one, um, my mom had a boyfriend, I guess, that like whooped me, and it had me taken away. And I was like put in foster home, and then I went into a home with somebody, and that's where I was molested at that home. So it all kind of happened all together, like around the same time.
Okay, so right there you made a decision. Do you know what your decision was? I'm not lovable.
Yes,
Can you hear it?
yes, I'm not lovable.
Okay, good. But now let's really look. How old are you now?
48.
Okay, good. So at 48, that was a 5-year-old. At 48, is that the truth?
That I'm not lovable. Yes,
That's not the truth at 48, is it?
it's not the truth, but I do feel like it. Yes, it's not
Okay.
the truth, and I think I struggle with feeling that it's not the truth. It's like no matter how hard I feel, like it's like I can't get past that point, no
Okay.
matter how hard, even though I can recognize it now. And it's like even when I do the work, and now I can recognize it, because before I couldn't recognize it. So now that I'm starting to recognize it, it's like although it's in front of me, I can't get over it. I
Okay,
can't
good.
get over the hump.
Okay, of it. Okay, good. Okay, listen, I'm about to tell you an exercise you need to do. But if you do this exercise, if you don't have a breakthrough in doing the exercise, you got to call me up so you can have a breakthrough in doing the exercise.
Okay. I've been calling you too. I called you a couple
Oh,
times.
go, wait a minute, girl, listen, oh my God, you gotta leave a message.
Okay.
Cause if I don't know your number, I'd be like,
Okay.
So you gotta leave me a message. Otherwise, see, that's how I know. I'm like, there's too many scammers. I ain't got time to be going, no, I ain't trying to talk to you. I'm not doing that all day, right? So if your name don't come up, that's okay. But if you leave me a message, I'll call you back. But if you don't, then I think you were somebody trying to get me to do something.
Okay.
Right? So just leave me a message and I'll call you back.
Okay.
And girl, you could have been done told me you tried to call me and didn't let me know.
But see, that's that voice that I keep, like, now, if we hadn't had this encounter, I wouldn't have never said nothing.
Okay, good. So that's the part I was about to write, exactly where I was about to go. You're listening to a conversation that disempowers you rather than a conversation that empowers you. Now that's for everybody on this call. Are you listening to conversations that give you power, or are you listening to conversations that take your power away? So what you have to do is you go, okay, is this conversation giving me power? Okay, good, I'll keep it. If the conversation is not giving me power, then I'm letting it go. Can you get that? So if the
Yes.
conversation you're in gives you power, keep it. If it don't give you power, let it go.
Okay.
Okay? But now
Okay.
the exercise I want you to do, and if it don't go, call me up and let me know, right? But it's called the mirror exercise, right? And I want you to go and look in the mirror in the bathroom or wherever is comfortable for you. Look in the mirror, and I just want you to look at the person in the mirror and look in their eyes. And I don't want you to go, oh, my eyebrows, you know how we look in the mirror, I need some for my lips, and we be doing all that. I don't want you to do none of that. I just want you to be, and anybody on here can do this, because you'll have a breakthrough in being with yourself. Right? And so go look in the mirror and look at the person in the mirror, look in their eyes and be with them. Just be, no moving, just be with them. And just notice what comes up. Notice what feelings come up. Because really what's there is that whatever happened at that time, Terry, you've held on to it and it's blocking you. So there's some emotion, there's some hurt, there's some, whatever that is, you need to uncork it. And how you uncork it is by being with yourself.
Okay.
What you want to say,
Thank you. But
right? What's there for you right now?
I know you're telling the truth, because when I look in the mirror, I always look away. It's like I can't even look in the mirror.
Okay, that's like right. So that's what you gotta do. As a matter of fact, when you get ready to do this exercise, call me up. We go get on Zoom so I can make sure you get it right. Because if you get this right here, you'll have a breakthrough, undeniable breakthrough.
Okay.
And I just want to say, Terry ain't the only one on this call that got that going on. Right? I just want to say that. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
All right, good. Okay, Terry, that's a good job. Okay. So even today in having this call, it tapped into something. So whatever comes up for you, let your emotions out, because you're just hurt. It's your hurt little girl.
Yes.
Okay. So we just got to heal her. Are you still, what are you doing now? You driving?
Yes.
Okay, good. When you stop driving or you get a moment today, I want you to also close your eyes and I want you to see your little girl in your heart. And you can call me up too if you don't remember what I'm saying to you, but I'm going to say it out loud so everybody can hear it. I want you to see your little girl in your heart, and I want you to give her a hug and ask her what she needs from you. And she'll tell you. And then whatever she tells you she needs, I want you to give it to her.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, good. That'll be really good. Ooh, you'll be free, girl. I feel free already.
Oh, yes.
Can I throw this in there as well? Is
Mhm.
Terry, text her so that way the number is there in text.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I can keep it in my phone and I'll know it.
Yeah.
But thank you, Terry, for saying that. That's a huge difference for a lot of people on this call.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay, good job. All right, y'all. Today we are doing what? Oh my God, y'all, it's 9:46.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
What?
I know, right? All right, y'all. Today we're doing what y'all got on your mind. What would y'all like to have a breakthrough in? What are y'all dealing with? What do you want an opening in? Let's see if we can create some openings, because an opening for you is a whole opening for all of us. Hey, Miss Lolly, you can Lolly, girl. I loving how you looking, girl. You're looking so exotic.
Gotta get myself together. I got a show that I gotta get ready for in a few moments. But I guess for me right now, give me a second. Sorry. Okay.
Everybody, let's take a deep
I'm-
breath. Everybody, let's take a
Okay.
deep breath together. Deep breath of self-love. As we blow it out, just feel the self-love going all through our body. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Okay. Okay, some self-love in the space. Go ahead, Lolly.
Okay. I need to have a breakthrough in, I guess, trusting myself and how I move, how I guess make decisions and I guess lead my life right now, because it's just so much going on, and I actually can pull from, some of the stories that were shared earlier. So I just want to make sure that I can trust that I do the right thing. I make the best decisions for my life, and I'm struggling with that today. So
Okay,
yeah.
good. Oh, girl. Okay, I just want to throw my hands up, throw my hands up. Oh, because really, Lolly, look at me. Lolly, that's what you got to do. Throw your hands up. I surrender, God. I surrender to my highest self. I know I am being divinely guided. I know that everything that I'm up to and everything that I'm doing will be taken care of. Thy will be done, not my will, but thy will be done. Thy kingdom come. And I walk in the kingdom of God that has been divinely given to me. Ooh, my higher self is from within. I breathe in and I call it forth to lead me and guide me every step of the way. All is well with my soul. Okay? And you got to trust that you are the absolute freaking bomb, period. And anytime that little voice try to tell you something different, you got to say, the devil is a liar. Get ye behind me. Get behind me. You're a liar. My ego is very nasty, so I have to talk to it very nasty. Get the fuck on. Because my ego is nasty. So I have to talk to it nasty. Because they'll be trying to run my life. My ego, I have to put it on a choke chain. Right? Because it's not going to talk to me and run my life. And so you got to be that bold with it. And no, you got to know that you know who you are and that you are being divinely guided. And you got to trust that. See, this is the thing. You're trying to trust Lolly. You can't trust her. You got to trust your higher self. You got to trust God. You got to trust the Holy Spirit. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? And you got to be able to call somebody when you can't. You out there trying to do it by yourself. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself, Lolly.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to tell you again. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself. You got to find you an ally. Somebody who on your team, period. You get it?
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Yes.
Can you do it? Wait a minute, no, wait a minute, here come, okay, Lolly is a Buddhist, but so am I. Can you do it?
Yes.
That's in Buddhism. That's how they do it. Can we do it? And so, Lolly, that's what you got to bring to the party. You get that? Right? That kind of energy. Right? Because this is the thing I brought to the call today. For everybody that's on this call, the battle that we're having is between the dark and the light. and the world is pulling for the dark, but we have to be light workers and pull for the light. Keep calling forth the light, right? That's how come they call it enlightenment. Get it? Call for the light. So, does that support you, Lolly?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And that ain't just for Lolly. Somebody else on here need to pull for the light too. Okay,
You know,
y'all.
when I try to pull for, well, I guess you could call it the light for me,
Okay.
because I am a terrible passive aggressive person. And I say it like that because I get teased all the time, because when I get upset, I can't get mean or say anything, you know, because if I try to cuss, my cuss gonna sound like a little teeny weeny child trying to cuss. It just don't work. And then when I do get mad and don't cuss, but I get mad, then, and if I say something that's not exactly nice, as I want to call it, then I carry that. I say, oh, you shouldn't have said that. You didn't have to say that. But then again, on my insides, I'm upset because they said to me what they said to me. They didn't care what they said to me, but I can't care, for what I want to say. I don't know if I said that right, but that's how I felt like, hey,
Okay, well, okay, this is what I want to say, Brenda. You started off the conversation for me wrong. Like could y'all hear in her conversation that she made herself wrong first?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a terrible passive aggressive person.
Okay, I hear you. Uh-huh.
It's like, okay, well, okay, y'all want to really get this. If your words create your world, if you say, I am terribly passive aggressive, what you about to walk into? Your words create your world. So you speak your words and then you walk into them. So if you say you are terribly passive aggressive, what you about to do?
I'm getting ready to be a terrible
passive aggressive person.
terrible.
Passive
Right.
aggressive person. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's what you're about to do.
Okay.
But if you start to deal with the inquiry, and where you want to look is, what has me be passive aggressive? There's some trigger. There's something about you and how you operate in your operating system that has you be passive aggressive. Do you know what that is?
No, I really don't. I know that maybe because I was the youngest in the house, and so I really couldn't beat up nobody or say
Okay.
anything.
I want you to know that's exactly where it came from.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the deal. This is another conversation. I'm going to have it in one of my seminars. Mostly what we're dealing with in our life happens from 0 to 7 years old. So whatever happened to us from 0 to 7 years old, that 8 years old, that's what we're here to heal. Right? So if as a young person, 0 to 7, you are the youngest, you had to become passive aggressive to survive. Right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise everybody in there in the whole household was taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
but you created that when you were how old? 5, 4, 6?
Yeah. Yeah. Those young age. Yeah.
Okay, so how old are you now?
69.
Okay, so you're 59 acting like a
69.
5-year-old? You're 59.
6'9".
Oh my God, you're 69 acting like a 5-year-old. That's why when you go to cuss, you sound like a 5-year-old. Because really, in reality, that's who's talking.
Okay.
The 5-year-old in you who never got the opportunity to speak, that you've never healed, forgiven, healed, and made whole. You got to deal with
Wow.
being, yeah, it's coming from there. Most of us, when we start to deal with our conversations, we are in very, very young conversations. very young conversation that we've never upgraded. So the passive aggressive conversation that you have is a very young conversation that you got when you were 5, 6, 7 years old and you've never dealt with. And that little girl is still in you acting out. Same one Terry got, but just a different version of it.
So what would you really do? I mean, I guess you would get rid of the young girl, or like you said, if I hear you say talk in the mirror, do I look in the mirror and see the little girl and tell the little girl, now look, we gonna take control of this, or what do we do?
Well, you don't talk to her like that, because well, just imagine you're a little girl, somebody come talk to you like that, you'll be like, look, you're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna be passive aggressive again. You ain't even give her no, you're not gonna even give her no room to talk. So, but basically, Brenda, what I'm hearing is you mean to your own self.
Oh, okay.
You passive aggressive with yourself.
Passive aggressive.
Uh-huh.
I mean, when I say passive aggressive, it's like I cannot be as aggressive as I want to be, because if I be aggressive, I feel like I'm being mean to people.
Okay, yeah, you are, because this is how you know. Is being aggressive, is that of God?
I guess not.
Is being
I don't know,
aggressive?
because sometimes you have to be aggressive. You have to talk strongly.
You could, okay, but I talk strongly all the time, but it don't occur like I'm aggressive. It'd be like, oh, she on the wall again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's three of those. There's passive, there's assertive, and then there's aggressive. You went from passive all the way to aggressive versus being assertive of knowing what is best for you and what is love versus I'm weak and then I'm too powerful. There's that center of but there's that middle one. That makes sense.
So what you're saying is I went from passive, I passed the assertive and went straight
all the
to
way over.
to aggressive.
Okay, so let's really look at passive. We got one more minute. Let's look at really briefly passive aggressive. Passive is about you got something to say, but you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And because you don't really say what you really say, then when somebody keep going, you get aggressive because you didn't say the thing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So where your work begins is you got to go, you know what? I really need to say, you might have to start with saying to people, I really need to say something right here. Is that okay with you? And they go say, yeah, and then say it. Because you got to get past the passive part. You're passive, and then you go straight to aggressive. So you got to say when you get triggered, you got to say that, okay, I need to say something right here. Is that okay with you? Listen, I'm having a breakthrough in communication because this is where I stop talking and I need to say something right here. Is that okay with you? And they go say, yeah, because they want to know, because people nosy.
Yep.
So then say what you have to say.
Okay.
So that's what you got to
Say
practice.
say it in an assertive way, huh?
No, you don't even have to say it in an assertive way, because if you give yourself, your passive is there because you don't give yourself permission to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're gonna actually set it up so you can give yourself permission to say. Then you don't have to be aggressive because you said what you had to say. You become passive aggressive because you don't think that what you want to say is really nice. So then you try to act like it's like what my mama used to call nice nasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try to act like you all nice, but underneath it all, you nasty as hell.
Okay.
Right? So what you gotta,
yes.
so what you gotta do is practice saying what you need to say.
Okay.
Right? Go, okay, listen, I need to say something right here, because you know when you're doing it, you know when you do it, because it'll feel like this. Your lips will get tight, your teeth start to grind, your eyes start to roll around, squinch down. That's when you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go, you know what, right here, I need to say something. Is that okay? And say what you need to say. That'll start to break up the passive part. Because you're not saying what you want to say passively, it becomes aggression. Because self-expression will be expressed one way or the other.
Okay.
And so because you're not expressing it, it comes out aggressive.
Okay.
So that's what you got to practice.
Well,
Okay.
beautiful queens,
All right.
I must be somewhere at 10:15. So
All right, let's go.
this
Good
is
job, y'all.
good
Everybody who
session.
shared today, good job.
Yeah, and I want to tell you, I told Rev that her moving to Wednesday is like if those who went to church like that, that's the midweek service.
Yeah.
We get to Wednesday and then we need to go to Bible study or go to church so we can work the rest of the week.
I know, right?
Yeah. So give yourself a wonderful big hug. Sharonda, I hope you are really hugging yourself. And then give the world a big hug. Yep. And then sprinkle all the wonderful things you want in your life. Sprinkle it on everybody else. And I will see you all. Let's see, tomorrow is Friday, so 8 o'clock to 9, we're going to talk about conference and stuff. And then 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it running. Peace and prosperity to all of you.
Bye-bye. Good job, y'all. Everybody who shared.